welcome back. I don't know. Even though it's not Halloween anymore, I still, all year round, I love watching spooky stuff. Even on Christmas, I still watch a whole bunch of spooky stuff. And I had a thought. And now this is going to be half true, half lie. So it's partly true, but not all of it's true. And this is a story that I thought of because I used to live at apartments. And if you saw the video where we stuffed, well, not behind the scenes, I don't think that was in there, where we stuffed the candy inside the balloons and then we tried to pop the balloons to get it out, that was the apartment that we lived in. If you haven't seen it, you can go check it out after this video. Maybe it'll make more sense, because that's my apartment that I used to live in until I was so I had my 5th birthday here. I'm pretty sure it's when I was 4 because I've been living here for 4 years and I'm 8, so I've almost been living here for 5 years because my birthday's coming up and I'm going to turn 9. But here is a creepy video, and get your guys' blankets because this is about to get spooky. If you don't like spooky stuff, maybe you should watch this video because it's actually really spooky. And I'm not lying. This video is super spooky. Even though it's not Halloween, I don't know why I'm still posting a spooky video. But yeah. I have my black dog instead of a black cat. I don't know if you could see him. He just blends in with a chair. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see him, but yeah. My black dog's in the chair. His name's Elliot. We're gonna get into this. Okay. So, one day when I was at the apartments, this black cat showed up, and it was really crazy because I was living there for 4 years. There was never a black cat. But the next day the black cat was gone. And it was really weird because it was definitely a stray cat. It had fleas. It even had a tick on its neck. And this was when I was 2 that cat showed up. Then when I got older, when I was about 3, we had this neighbor. And he was like a teenager at that point. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was like a teenager. He was going to get a job at the apartments. And we went into his house to watch a movie. And his house was super duper messy. But the next day, I woke up really early in the morning because we were going to discuss the movie, because that's kind of what we did, because we were all friends, but he was gone. The whole apartment was cleared out. He lived with his mom and dad. The whole apartment was cleared out. But that same day, it was like a year later, the same black cat showed up. And that was weird, because I didn't see that cat for a year. And back at that time, I had no electronics. I spent my day outside. So when that cat showed up, I haven't saw it for a year. And I spent all my day outside. after that day, trying to find the cat, but it was never found. And then, a few years later, I see somebody who looks identical to the kid, and I asked, "Hey, is your name so-and-so?" I asked if that was his name, and he said yes. And I asked him, "Did you live in apartments?" He said no. And the weird thing was, when he said no, he said, "I'm an orphan. I lived on my own for 7 years, living on the street." But it's the same person, same last name, same middle name, same nickname, same first name. He was identical. Except the kid had no brothers or sisters. He was a single child. And the next day, I see a kid who looks exactly the same, and I go up to talk to him, and I'm like, "Hi." And then he's like, "Are you Caitlin, Luke's brother from the apartment?" Then I say yes, and he's like, "I've been looking for you for years." Then I ask, "Do you have an identical twin?" He says no. Who was that person? Who was that person? And crazy thing was, next time I saw him, I said, "Hi." And then he's like, "I don't know your name, why do you keep coming up to me?" I'm like, "I saw you yesterday." It's like, "I've only seen you once." And it freaked me out. And the next day, saw him again. I'm like, "Hi." But when he turned around, his face, he was wearing something on his face. No, this wasn't his real face. But he had a very realistic mask on. I know it was fake because a second later he took it off. But it was just after Christmas. It wasn't even near Halloween. But then I noticed it was a kid from the apartment. Because of the mask. The mask, he played a prank on us when we were little kids. And he freaked out because he didn't know that it was me, because he said, "How does Caitlin have a twin?" And I'm like, "I'm Caitlin." And he says, "But Caitlin used to have a green eye with blue in it." And I told him my eyes change colors. So that's my story about the apartment. And I'll tell you, the part about my eyes changing colors is actually true. My eyes do change colors. So yeah, that's my story about the apartment.